Very respected professors from engineering, the various engineering colleges, Dr. Saujilal Sir, Principal MBITS, Dr. Suja Nair, respected chief engineers, and my dear friends. So we are on to the 10th meeting of the Techno Academy session. As discussed in the earlier meetings, the Honorable NGT has identified 21 worst polluted river stretches in Kerala, which need to be rejuvenated immediately. And the NGT has laid down a time frame for the pollution abatement of these rivers, so that these waters will attain at least the quality of bathing standards. The time frame stipulated for the work was up to March 2021, and as such we are nearing towards the fag end of the time frame allotted to us. Anyhow, under the auspicious leadership of our ACS TK Josar and Secretary Pranab Josar, we could imbibe in the service of the academia community also to the endeavor of assisting the department in preparation of the DPRs. Here, almost 33 engineering colleges have volunteered for the noble cause of the rejuvenation of the river stretches, and a few have come ready to join the endeavor. In fact, a few of the colleges have started working towards the preparation of the DPRs. There's some frameworks needs to be formed for the preparation of the DPR. We have a broader perspective of some guidelines framed by the National River Conservation Project, NRCP. How these broader guidelines can be incorporated to this for the preparation of the DPR for the stretch identified by the NGT is the crux of the problem of the meeting today. In this connection, we have asked Srimati Priya KL, Assistant Professor from the TKM College of Engineering, Kollam, to present a template for the DPR preparation. She will be presenting the template for the DPR preparation. This will be followed by an open forum where we can raise the doubts and get it cleared. The template will be circulated to all the engineering colleges, and after incorporating the comments and views, we will have one more session, possibly by this weekend, so as to finalize the DPR template. So, in this regard, I would like to welcome Dr. Saujilal Sir, Principal MBITS, to this auspicious occasion. Also, I acknowledge the presence of Srimati Priya KL, Assistant Professor from the TKM College of Engineering, who is conducting the presentation today. Apart from this, we have Dr. Suja Nair and a host of eminent professors from the various colleges. I would like to acknowledge the presence of all of them. Also, my counterpart, chief engineers and deputy chief engineers, and my dear friends, all are welcome to this session. Thank you very much. Hello? Priya teacher on the?
Yes, sir. So I am here.
Presentation.
Okay, sir. Sir, is the screen visible, sir?
Yes.
So, respected dignitaries from the Water Resources Department, the Irrigation Department, Principal, Head of the departments, faculty and students from various engineering colleges, and my dear friends, good evening to one and all. I'm much honored and privileged to present the sample template of DPR for the rejuvenation of 21 rivers in Kerala. First of all, I would like to thank the Water Resources Department for giving me this opportunity to present the sample template. And also my sincere thanks to the head of the Department of Civil Engineering, TKM College of Engineering, for all the support and guidance rendered to us, along with our other faculty colleagues of my department. And I would like to specially thank Dr. Suja ma'am, who have been who have been providing constant insight and guidance throughout a number of presentations in the previous sessions. And also I used to consult her for certain clarifications and all during the preparation of the DPR. So the DPR template has been prepared referring the detailed project reports of especially the Hindon River, the DPR for the rejuvenation of the Hindon River, where the NGT order has suggested to act as a model river. And along with that, some certain other DPRs like DPR prepared for Kaveri River, Telangana rivers, and even for the lakes and wetlands, especially for the DPR of Loktak Lake prepared by Wetlands International South Asia, where I was a part of the third-party monitoring and evaluation team, just for referring it. So let me start presenting the DPR. Okay, so I have just designed a cover page. The color and the photos, everything can be changed because this photo is just a sample photo, but it will be better if we can put a photo of the particular river which you have taken from the field during the field data collection. So the title is Abatement of Polluted Stretch of River. You can specify the river. So for our case, abatement of polluted stretch of river Pampa from Mannar to Tagari. Similarly, for each river, the stretch and the river name can be specified here. Then detailed project report submitted to Water Resources Department, Government of Kerala, prepared by here the college logo, the department name, name of the college, and the date, the month and the year. This can be provided. This is the cover page which I have designed. Then the contents page, I have added a header, abatement of pollution of, we can specify which river it is, abatement of pollution of Pampa River, like that. The contents include acknowledgement, project team, executive summary, which represents the summary of the DPR, then introduction, in which we'll be mentioning some background of the project, then the polluted stretch of the river in detail, objectives and outcomes of the action plan, pollution inventory, details of drains contributing pollution, details of sewage pollution sources and treatment systems available, details of waste management, which includes municipal solid waste, biomedical waste, hazardous waste, and e-waste. Then details of industrial pollution sources, sources from agricultural areas, and any other sources which are not covered within these contexts can be added here. If there are nothing, we can just eliminate this section. Then the flow, this is about the pollution inventory. Then the flow inventory about the stream flow, some description about that. Then something about the status of the groundwater available in that river basin. Then monitoring of pollution sources, mainly the drains, rivers, polluting industries. Okay. And then analysis of environmental flow. Detailed after describing all these aspects of the river basin, we have to analyze the gap which is pertaining with respect to the river basin. That is the detailed gap analysis. Once we identify the gap related with the pollution sources and all, we'll be able to provide a management planning framework which will lead to the identification of the DPR components. And hence the DPR components will be identified, and the action plan, both short-term and long-term action plan, can be formulated. Further, we can provide a third-party monitoring and evaluation system for evaluating the status of the river after the action plan has been implemented based on certain performance indicators, which we already suggest from during the management planning framework. And the data related with all these will be provided as appendixes. Details of cities and towns, Gram Panchayat revenue, villages and all, wetlands and other water bodies, polluting source mapping of river, Pampa from Mannar to Tagari, like that. Details of municipal solid waste management existing in the basin, status of e-waste management, details of industries, river water quality data. These are some of the appendices which I have listed out. Certain may not be applicable for certain basins, and then certain other river basins may have to add some more. Accordingly, we can add or delete the appendix. And at last, the plates may be in A2 or A3 sheets. We can provide the maps related with river basin map, watershed map, land use map, location of rain gauge and river gauge stations, map showing irrigation assets, map showing road networks, map showing drains joining the river, water quality sampling stations. And again, we can add some more plates as and when required. These are the contents. Then we can give the list of tables, list of figures, and acknowledgement, because we may have to acknowledge a number of line departments who have provided the data for preparing the DPR. In addition to the river survey which we conduct, and also the irrigation department nodal officers who are supporting, and a number of Grama Panchayat, so many people are there which help us in with support, logistical as well as other technical supports, so that we can give the acknowledgement page. And since a number of colleges are involved in a particular river, we can provide the details of the project team, which all colleges, which all faculty has been part of the project in the preparation of the DPR. So these are the initial pages. Then we have the main content of the DPR. That is, initially we have to give an executive summary of the project report, summarizing what we are bringing out from the DPR. And then starting from the introduction, initially we have to give a background of the NGT order, the Water Resources Department's initiative for tie-up of WRD with the engineering colleges in this context, and the river which has been selected by the concerned college. Then moving into the river basin. After selecting the river, we have to say some features of the river basin, where does it origin, the total length of the river, the catchment area of the river, and some of the importance related with the river basin with regard to cultural, religious, historical, or archaeological importance. All these things can be briefed within the study area. And then some statistics about the population, the demography, the economic status of residents, and the people's livelihood activities of the river basin area. This is about the whole river basin. And then details on the meteorological parameters, including climate, monsoon, temperature, hydrological aspects of streams and others, rivers joining the river. Then variation of the river flow, minimum flow that is available, the availability of dams, barrages, and other interceptions which cause hindering of the flow and all, etc. All these things can be summarized here. Then some aspects about the ecological or biodiversity of the river basin, especially the river, including the flora and the fauna. This can be, we may not be able to do a technical study within the short duration of time, but we can collect the literatures already published. Then coming to the actual environmental concern related with the pollution load, what are the different aspects which contribute to, just a summary of all these things can be given in the background. Then we can show the geographical location of the river basin with respect to in Kerala and in India. Then comes the second subheading, polluted stretch of the river. Here we will be emphasizing on the which stretch of the polluted river as per the CPCB identification, and which is given in the NGT order. Here we can give a brief description of the polluted stretch, observation of the monitoring agents or agencies. Certain pollution control board and all may have made some observations with related to the river. They have so many technical reports and all these things can be briefed here. In which priority does it comes based on the designated usage of the water quality. Then mentioning the range of water quality parameters as reported in by the monitoring agencies. And then the different cities, towns, villages, or panchayats which lie within the vicinity of the polluted stretch of the river, that can be within the stretch of within the river basin, that can be briefed out here, and the details can be given in Appendix 1 and A1 and A2. Then the availability of water bodies like wetlands, ponds, etc. All these things can be summarized here, and the details can be furnished in Appendix A3. The possible sources of pollution, industries, solid waste dumping sites, agricultural fields, etc. can be described very briefly in this section. And we can show a polluted stretch of the river map in figure here. Then comes the objectives and outcome of the action plan. So the main objective that may be common to all the rivers, the main objective, it's a broad objective of the action plan. Action plan is to restore the water quality of priority. We can mention which priority it comes. For example, for Karamana, it is 1. So priority 1, polluted stretch of Karamana river from this stretch to this stretch to class B. That is for bathing purposes as per the Indian standards. So this main objective, only the priority may be changing, right? And then the outcomes, we are envisaging some outcomes after the action plans are implemented. That is also almost general: enhancement in river water quality to class B, maintenance of minimum environmental flow, improvement in river biodiversity. Because this will already come once the river water quality is enhanced. Now, the third section, that is the pollution inventory. We are conducting a reconnaissance survey throughout the river basin, from which we will be able to identify what are the sources which contribute to pollution. So that can be listed out here. Details of drains contributing pollution, So here we can give a brief description of the different drains which join the river. The outlet drains carrying domestic sewage, the industrial effluent, natural drains which carrying which may carry the sewage and all. And the details are can be shown in Appendix A4. All the has been in the form of a table can be shown in Appendix A4. Here we can show a picture showing the river with the number of drains which are joining the river. Then details of sewage pollution sources and treatment systems. Here, identification of the sources of sewage, because we know for a particular catchment, there are a number of from the total population, the sewage generated can be estimated based on the population and the per capita demand. And whether any sewage treatment plants are already available, and that is whether it's a common treatment plant or a decentralized treatment plant, and their details. If there are nothing, we can mention that sewage treatment plant is required in the long-term action plan. But otherwise, whether the sewage treatment plant is covering the entire catchment area and it's fulfilling the entire population and all, that statistics we can roughly calculate, and details of STPs and pipelines, and from which we will be able to identify any gap in the sewage treatment mechanism within the river basin. And here we can show the location of the STPs and drains discharging treated effluent from the STPs. The next subheading is the details of waste management related with the solid waste management. Here we have municipal solid waste. So it's very important because almost all the river basins will have some data related with the municipal solid waste management, existing system of solid waste collection, treatment and disposal, specifying collection points, method of transport and management, panchayats covered, location of any dumping sites near the river, any gaps identified, because the collection system may not be complete for the entire basin. So we can identify where are the locations which are not covered within this, and all the details related with the existing solid waste management systems can be summarized in Appendix A5. Here also we can show the location of open dumping sites which we have identified during the reconnaissance survey into the river. The next is the biomedical waste. It is related with the healthcare facilities, so the location and what method of treatment is being practiced over there, and their disposal methods, and any gaps in the treatment mechanism. If too many hospitals and healthcare facilities are there, we can even include an appendix for this to furnish all the details, or here also we can provide as a table. And we can have a map or a figures representing the location of this thing in the hospitals and all. And then the hazardous waste, details of hazardous waste generated and treatment facilities, that can also be summarized here. Then the e-waste, whether any collection centers of e-waste are available, what kind of collections, it is just merely a collection center or they are dismantling or recycling it. All these details can be furnished here. And further, more details, if it is available, it can be shown in Appendix A6 based on the location and the systems available. So these include the solid waste related pollution inventory, and then comes the industry related sources. So details of all the industries which are available within the polluted stretch in the locality, the effluent treatment plants available within the industry, and their details, their efficiency, the discharge points into which drain it is getting discharged, any gaps identified within the treatment system of the industrial ETPs can be furnished here, and details of the industrial pollution sources and the details of the industries, all these things can be shown in Appendix A6. Here also we can show the location of industries and their associated drains, because we have already shown the drains which join the river. So all these will be linked. And then comes the agricultural areas, because many areas may have so much of agricultural land, and each have their own practices of utilizing maybe NPK fertilizers or organic fertilizers, pesticides or insecticides and all. All these details can be given here. We can show the location of the agricultural areas where it is, whether there are any drains connecting the agricultural fields and the river, whether it is blocked or something like that. All the details can be furnished here. And any other sources which doesn't cover within these can be brought under the section, any other sources. If nothing is there, we can just avoid this subheading. Okay. So that is all about the polluting sources. Now comes the flow inventory. We have to collect the stream flow data, that's river flow data from the stream gauge stations over the years, and their seasonal variations, what is the minimum available flow during the lean period, and all these analysis can be just mentioning about the flow can be brought into this section. And then comes the status of groundwater. So actually we were planning to collect the groundwater, do the groundwater survey also, but I'm not sure whether it will be able to do it within this time. So we can collect the data, secondary data from the Central Groundwater Board, and because they may have the water levels, fluctuation of the water levels over the years, maybe some groundwater quality will also be there. So based on that, what is the designated purpose of the groundwater usage, whether it is for drinking or domestic or irrigation can be mentioned, and whether it is fulfilling the standards, drinking water or irrigation water standards, based on the data collected from CGWB can be mentioned over here. Just the status of groundwater alone, we can project it here. Then comes the monitoring of pollution sources. So here we have monitoring of drains, monitoring of river, monitoring of polluting industries. We have already collected the data related with the river water quality and all from Pollution Control Board. So the drains will be monitored, and the river at different stretches it will be monitored. And we are doing some analysis in January and February. So all these can be brought within the monitoring of pollution sources, and some description about the based on the results can be brought in under the section 6. Then comes the analysis of environmental flow. So based on the stream flow data, especially during the lean season, whether the minimum environmental flow is maintained or not have to be evaluated. So that for that, the environmental flow has to be calculated for a particular river. That has to be calculated, and that analysis can be shown in the section 7. So after studying the entire project area, we can identify the detail, because each and every one, when we explain, we will be identifying some gap for each and every component. And then the detailed gap analysis can be summarized here, where the key issues leading to pollution can be identified after this thorough study from the collected primary and secondary data. And this will help in identifying the gaps. Once we identify the gaps, it will be easy for us to formulate the objectives. So after studying the study area, after understanding the study area, the gaps will be identified, and then we will be proposing a management planning framework. So this includes formulation of management objectives, which will be driven from the gap analysis, and then we have to define the targets comprehensively to fulfill each objective. So we have which will be related with the gaps already identified, and for each objective we will be fixing the targets to be achieved, and for that targets we have to define some performance indicators. And then once we have the performance indicators, how to achieve the targets, or how to achieve the fulfill the performance indicators, we have to propose strategies. That is mainly the action plan to achieve the indicators, and this will help us in identifying the components of the DPR. So I have just shown a simple example. We have identified, for example, from a particular study area, we have identified that the pollution load from a particular drain is high. So that is the objective will be reduction in the pollution load from that particular drain. So this for this, the targets will be based on the initial survey. We have understood that one industry is contributing to pollution, and that's a solid-based dumping site, and there are some sewage outlets from households. So these will be the targets. We have to control the pollution from these three aspects, from these three areas. So the performance indicators will be from the drains. The BOD has to be brought to less than 3 milligrams per liter, and total coliform will be less than 500 mpn per ml. So to achieve this, these targets, we have to propose the strategies. So in case of industries, we have to see about the effluent treatment. These are the strategies or the action plan which may have to propose. The ETP installation, the adequacy, the quality of the effluent treatment that is being discharged, whether it is fulfilling the standards, where is it discharged, all these things can be evaluated. And then strict enforcement of discharge limits of effluent into drains can be implemented. And then with respect to solid waste, if a particular area is severely contaminated by solid waste disposal, we can just propose a small collection and segregation of solid waste within that area. and also from the drains, which from households, it is somewhat like uncontrolled. So in that case, we can propose the drains can be some in situ or nature-based solution methods like phytoremediation, like artificial wetland system can be proposed. So these will be the strategies for this particular objective, to fulfill this particular objective. So once we identify the number of objectives for a particular river basin, then we fix the target, performance indicators, and propose the strategies. We'll be able to identify what are the DPR components, and then we'll be categorizing that into different DPR components like sewage treatment, industrial waste treatment, and solid waste, environment flow, etc. And we can propose the action plan as to what which agency can be authorized to implement these action plan, and then what's the timeline for that. So then comes the action plan for restoration for polluted stretch. We'll be proposing both short-term action plan and long-term action plan for each DPR component. So during this step, we will be identifying the DPR components. So I have just said sewage management, industrial waste management, solid waste management, environmental flow. We can have, if something extra is there, we can add that or like that. And then suggest the action, the timeline, implementing agency or department. And if the budgeted requirement is there, has to be provided, that can be provided, or some remarks can be given. This will be the short-term action plan, which has to be implemented within 6 months after the preparation of the DPR. So those actions which can be implemented within 6 months can be written within the short-term action plan, and those actions which takes a much longer time can be brought under the long-term action plan. Okay. And then after the implementation of the action plans, it is required that the outcomes of the action plan is achieved or not. So that can be monitored and evaluated by a third party based on the performance indicators. So for each activity and component, we have already identified the performance indicators, and we can propose the means of verification, and the frequency of monitoring can be also suggested, so that the achievement of the outcomes can be measured using the third party monitoring and evaluation system, which is proposed. This is actually a result-based logical framework analysis which we propose based on the performance indicators, and the means of verification will be suggested. So this is the actual context or a main body of the DPR. Then we have the appendices which are already listed within the body to show the detailed overview, that is details of cities and towns. We can give all these details based on the number of cities and towns which are available in that locality. In certain areas, there may not be any town or cities. In that case, we can avoid. Maybe only panchayats and villages will be there. In that case, we can avoid this appendix. Then the details of gram panchayat and revenue villages. Based on this, we can roughly identify what is the sewage generation within that locality, whether it is already treated or it is getting into the river. Even the solid waste management systems does any gap exist? From this data itself, we'll be able to identify that. And then the details of wetlands and water bodies available, because these are actually recharge locations of the river basin, which will of course recharge the groundwater and all. So that can be listed over here. We may not be able to do much related with this within the short-term action plan, but for long-term action plan, the NGT is specifying that for example, in case of flood inundated areas, artificial recharge structures, rainwater harvesting structures can be proposed, so that during lean period, these can be released so that the minimum environmental flow can be maintained. That I've read through the NGT order. So for the long-term action plan, even we can, but that requires a detailed analysis of the water budgeting within the river basin, the stream flow and all these things. So that can be proposed, this can be evaluated. We can propose that it can be evaluated, and the feasibility of artificial recharge, rainwater harvesting structures can be planned and designed to reduce, for example, in Pampa River and all, especially in the that location, Pandanad and all, it was heavily affected by flood. And there are many locations in many rivers which were affected by flood. So that can be controlled by these rainwater harvesting structures. At the same time, during summer, it can be released into the river so that the minimum environmental flow can be maintained. That can also be thought of. And then the pollution source mapping of river from this stretch to this stretch. We have already shown a figure showing the river and the connecting drains. So we will be naming some drains. Drain ID, then the name of the drain, latitude, longitude, whether it is carrying domestic sewage alone or industrial alone or mixed, all these things can be provided, whether it is tapped, untapped or partially tapped. Any bar screen is available or not can be provided here. And then the details of the municipal solid waste management. If any management system is available over here, the number of collection points, the status of segregation, whether they are segregating the biodegradable, non-biodegradable glass, plastics, everything. And then the details of the disposal system, or if they have a site within the basin, what method they are adopting, all these can be summarized over here. Then the status of e-waste management, it may not be there for all the areas. If some e-waste management other agencies are available, you can provide the name and address with there's a regional office, whether it is authorized for e-waste recycling and detailed over here, and then the capacity in tons per annum. Then the details of the industries, what are the type of industries available over there, their name and address, latitude, long geographical location, the type of industry, whether they have their own effluent treatment plant or it's a common effluent treatment plant, the effluent discharge in kiloliters per day, into which river, if they have a ETP, into which drain it is discharging the effluent, treated effluent. All these things can be summarized over here. And then the river water quality data. So possibly we can, since we are collecting only the post-monsoon data, maybe in January, February, we need to refer the data related with that that stretch from the Pollution Control Board, because Pollution Control Board have their own stations measuring so many parameters, and the most important parameters for class B is pH, DO, BOD, total coliform and fecal coliform. We can show a graphical representation at least for 1 year, January 2020 to December 2020, showing the variations. And here we can show from during January, February, where we have collected the sample and analyzed the details of those sampling stations, sample ID, landmark, latitude, longitude, and remarks, and date of sample collection, date of analysis, and the parameters which we have analyzed during January, February can be furnished over here. And then this represents the classification of best designated use for class B. These are the Indian standards representing the designated best use of water for different parameters. Each for B, these are the permissible values. And then I think if more appendices are required, we can add accordingly. And the plates, river basin map, watershed map, land use map, location of rain gauge and river gauge stations of the basin, map showing irrigation assets, a map showing road networks, map showing drains joining the river, water quality sampling stations. All these things can be provided as plates, and it may be in A2 or A3 sheets. That will be quite good. So this is this is what I have prepared. If any comments are there, we can address that. And I would like to conclude with a small quote. Rivers are the arteries of our planet. So let us keep the rivers clean, and it is high time to care before the rivers are bad. Thank you for all for your patient listening. Thank you all.
Thank you, madam. Sojala sir. Sojan sir. So friends, we had a detailed review of the project template for the preparation of the DPR. So now the floor is open for comments and any questions regarding this. Suja.
Sir. Priya teacher, regarding this water quality analysis, no? what are the parameters we have to analyze? Because while we are going through different DPR, there are different number of parameters are analyzed. In some example, in some DPR, there are 29 parameters they are analyzed and report presented in that report. And in some other reports, they are preparing 30 or 31 parameters. I think if we have selected number of parameters for all the 21 rivers, we can prepare the DPR identically. I think similarly. So, peer teacher, will you please mention what are the parameters? Means how many parameters we have to analyze for the preparation of this DPR?
Yes, ma'am. Actually, we were planning to analyze the pH, electrical conductivity, dissolved oxygen, BOD, COD, then total coliform and fecal coliform. But during the last meeting, Jawar sir was explaining about the water sampling analysis and all, during which a set of parameters have been already finalized. That were temperature, pH, electrical conductivity, dissolved oxygen, BOD, COD, nitrates, ammonia, nitrogen, chlorides, phosphates, total coliform, fecal coliform, and streptococci. These were the parameters which Jawar sir was mentioning, but I don't know whether all the colleges will be able to do all these parameters. But as of the class B parameters are concerned, the most important one include pH, temperature, dissolved oxygen, BOD, total coliform, fecal coliform. These are the most important parameters which need to be compared with respect to the IS 2296. But I think we are not again sure.
These five parameters are enough? These five
parameters are actually, but in the last meeting it was mentioned about many other parameters. I think Suja ma'am is there. You can just, we have a little bit confusion related with that because last week it was mentioned so many parameters.
Yeah, we also have.
Suja ma'am is here.
In the meantime, I would like to ask one question.
Yes.
Is there any special stretch identified for each college, or is the college free to choose the stretch?
Actually, we have selected Pamba, and 3 colleges are there: TKM, Saint Kitts, and Providence College. So we have discussed ourselves and decided the stretch, and with the help of the nodal officer.
Okay, I am the representative from Providence College.
Okay, fine.
What is the length of the stretch, and can I have details of the area identified for us?
Sure, ma'am. We will have it. I was planning to have a meeting with all the 3 colleges because I felt that you have worked in the upstream reach of the Mannar, right? So I felt that it will be good if we can select the upstream reach itself. Then we can select one stretch, and Saint Kitts can have the downstream stretch. We can have a separate meeting between 3 colleges and the nodal officer of Pamba and finalize.
Okay.
Good afternoon, ma'am. Hello, I'm Chitra from Talkage.
Please.
Ma'am, like I want to ask about municipal waste. You mentioned that municipal waste per kg is needed. Then how is it available, ma'am? Like, is it a secondary data or primary data? Should we have to directly go there and find out?
No, that may not be possible during the stipulated time. Actually, the solid waste generation per capita, as suggested by the CPCB, varies from 0.1 to 0.5 kilogram per day per capita. So, if we can have the population census data of 2011, the decadal growth of population will also be available with the panchayat or villages. So with that, we can have a rough estimation based on the big cities and towns will have 0.5 kilogram per day. For small cities, it may be 0.1 to 0.2 kilogram per day per capita, from which we will be able to roughly calculate the per capita, total municipal waste generation.
Okay, ma'am. So that is a secondary data, I think.
Yes,
like
yes. We may not be able to collect and identify because that requires too much of a time.
Yes, ma'am. That was a concern about. Like, so we can go to panchayat and get the details, right?
Yes.
Yes. Thank you, ma'am.
Pre-teacher, one more doubt, no? Suja.
Please.
Yeah. The preparation of DPR, no? That is fully prepared by the college. We are supporting you by supplying secondary data only, no?
College only. Yes.
Okay.
Ma'am, regarding that Pamba,
Yes, sir.
the NGT has identified nearly 70 kilometers of the stretch for this particular purpose. But regarding Pamba, what we would like to have a detailed, a holistic approach regarding Pamba, where we'll be getting some assistance from the central government also.
Okay.
So we are looking forward to have have a DPR for the entire stretch, including the 4 districts, and we'll also be a part of this. And we are moving here some in the government for some assistance from the government partner for this.
Sure,
Also,
sir.
we have a meeting. We have a meeting scheduled on by this weekend with the CM also regarding this.
Okay,
so there will
fine,
be a
sir.
support for that.
Okay. Thank you.
Then also we'll divide the structures between the. I think there are 4 colleges as of now: TK Engineering College, then Muslia College, then St. Kitts, and Providence is also interested in the Pampa structure.
Yes.
But we'll do one thing. We'll divide the structures among you for colleges, and we'll have detailed around the discussion also regarding that.
Sure, sir.
As of now, we can continue with this 70 kilometers. In the meantime, we'll have a discussion and we'll go for the entire stretch
Okay.
line.
Okay.
Okay. Lal sir,
Yes, sir.
any comments?
No comments, sir. Sir, in between some office work, somebody has come, so I had to go out for a while. So I just read.
Okay. So we'll do one thing. We'll share the template shared by Srimati Priya ma'am. So we'll take comments from all the respective colleges.
Yeah, and the most important thing is if all the colleges are understood, we expect that we will be handling the sessions in parallel. So I hope that that should happen immediately, so that we will not miss our targeted dates and all.
If at all there is any corrections to be made, we'll have a separate session also. The review session also we'll have in the meantime.
When it will be, sir?
Yeah, possibly with the preparation DPR, there might be some clarifications to be done. So we'll have a separate session for that also, review of this template and all.
So then I think it is better to plan now. So do you want to plan it next week, sir?
Now, possibly once they start preparing that this thing DPR, there could be doubts,
Okay.
That can be clarified in the meantime. 1 or 2 sessions we'll have.
So then what I request is, I request all the audience, when you kindly attend the regular session on Thursday, 4 to 6. And if there are any queries, you can kindly ask them. And if you think that there is additional sessions to be handled, we will definitely, as Alex sir said, we will have a separate session. Otherwise, we will be able to clarify during the regular Thursday, 4 to 6.
Yeah.
Because Joe sir as well as Pranab Jodhna sir and all other seniors also will be there. And also requesting all the nodal officers as well as department engineering colleges to combine these activities and come with a single DPR for each river. So any other feedback, any other comments from participants, please?
Ma'am, Priya ma'am, is it in tune with the NRCP guidelines?
Yes, I have already referred the NRCP guidelines and also the Hindon River, which the NGT has, NGT has suggested to take it as a model.
Okay.
So based on that.
So that's a good suggestion. Once they start having any doubts, then definitely one more workshop, if it was required, we can definitely have it, sir.
Yes, sir.
And also we'll take the feedback from the Thursday section, so that as and when required, we can announce also.
We'll do one thing, sir. We'll circulate the template among these the participant colleges, so that we'll take comments from them also. So if at all, if they require any sort of assistance or corrections to be affected, we will have it possibly by Thursday. Next Wednesday we'll have one more session, sir.
Next Wednesday.
Next Wednesday.
Okay.
So we'll take
Yeah,
the comments and comments from them also, feedback from them. And if at all they require any corrections or something, we'll have a discussion with the Priya ma'am. Priya ma'am also.
That is really good, sir, because
Yeah.
the target date is very, very important.
Yeah.
And it has to happen in parallel also.
Once we finalize the template, we can start preparing the DPR also. Data collection
Yes.
will run parallelly.
So we request all the participants to submit the feedback with your email ID so that the templates, the draft template will be circulated. Still, we'll call it as a draft because once it is presented on the Thursday's meeting and we get the approval from the government side, which is inclusive of the secretaries and additional secretaries, then we will say it is the final one. But at least by using this, we can, I believe, Alex sir, we can start working on this. Priya madam, I think they can start working with this, correct?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All the appendixes part they can start because these are the data which we require from the field.
Yeah. So very good. Thank you.
And then developments in the regarding that Moator, you have taken the Moator MPIT ഏതാണ് എടുത്തിരിക്കുന്നത്?
സർ മൂവാറ്റുപുഴയുടെ കാളിയാർ മൂവാറ്റുപുഴ സ്ട്രെച്ച് ആണ് എടുത്തിരിക്കുന്നത്. അത് നമ്മുടെ 21 റിവേഴ്സിൽ പെട്ടതല്ല, അടുത്ത 23 റിവേഴ്സിൽ പെട്ടതാണ്. We have little more time relaxed. And also in this case, 3 judges have already taken. അതിന് തൊടുപുഴ മൂവാറ്റുപുഴ വിശ്വജ്യോതി കോളേജ്, കാളിയാർ മൂവാറ്റുപുഴ MBITS and കോതമംഗലം to മൂവാറ്റുപുഴ by SNGC കടയിരും. And a similar situation may arise in most of the rivers. കാരണം 2-3 colleges കൂടിയിട്ടായിരിക്കും minimum ചെയ്യുന്നത്. അപ്പോൾ coordination is very important. I would expect that is not been discussed.
And we will work out a modality for this Pamba river. Okay, Pamba is the there's a likelihood of getting some assistance from the central government also. The last time we prepared a DPR for 100,000 crores. That is not up to the standards of the NRCP, but this time we have to make a DPR in accordance with the NRCP guidelines. So as we'll get assistance from the central government.
Okay, sir. And anybody else, any comments?
Sir,
She's also there. Suja
sir,
madam.
good evening, sir.
Yes.
I'm Chitra from Talkage. Like, sir, I have one concern. We tried to get the secondary data of Periyar River from Alua to Elur. Like, that was the most polluted stretch. We are doing it with Adi Shankara Institute, and we tried to contact PCB, but they said that they don't have any instruction for giving such details. So what should we do, sir? We contacted nodal officer also.
Alex sir, can you take up this, sir?
I didn't get you. Chitra, can you explain more?
Sir, actually we contacted the PCB for getting the industry details and sewage details.
Yeah.
Like secondary data.
No.
And they said there was no instruction for them to give such details to our college.
Instruction has already been given to them. Now you have contacted the Ernakulam PCB, is it?
Yes, sir.
I'll take the issue with them. Okay.
Yes, sir. We contacted twice actually, and Abbas sir also contacted, but there was no.
We'll take up the issue, ma'am. Don't worry.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
So I think you can follow with Alexa, so it will be done. Any other general issues, please?
Yeah, Priya ma'am, one more. This is only suggestion, no?
Yes.
Yeah, for the short-term planning, no, finally we are doing long-term plan, short-term plan. For implementing this short-term plan, I think 6 months is not enough for the implementation of short-term plans. Minimum 1 year is required, I think so.
But as per the NGT order, I have gone through the NGT order. They say once the action plan is given, it has to be implemented within 6 months. And within 6 months, the river water quality has to be brought back to class B. That is what I have read.
Including approval of the project, that I think.
No. After the action plan is handed over.
Okay.
to be implemented within 6 months.
Yeah.
Any other participants, questions?
Sir, I think we need to discuss as subgroups. With reference to Pamba, I think the colleges involved with River Pamba.
സാറേ ഓരോ റിവറിനും ഓരോ നോഡൽ ഓഫീസേഴ്സ് ഉണ്ടല്ലോ, അവരുടെ കീഴിൽ ഇത് ചെയ്യാവുന്നതാണെന്ന് എനിക്ക് തോന്നുന്നു.
The thing is that the Pamba River, we have only the NGT has identified only 17 kilometers. Okay, the total length of the river is around 170 kilometers. So what we plan to do is that we will have a phase 1 where we will take up this NGT alone, that's 70 kilometers, and the phase 2 where we think of the entire stretch, so the entire 170 kilometers. So we will have a discussion, separate round of discussion, doctors, that madam from Porter's College. Okay.
Yes.
We'll take up the issue separately, ma'am, regarding Pamba.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Please, other questions? സാറേ ഇനി ക്വസ്റ്റ്യൻസ് കാണുന്നില്ല എന്ന് തോന്നുന്നല്ലോ.
Can you wind up? Wind up here, sir.
Wind up ചെയ്യാം സാറേ, ക്വസ്റ്റ്യൻസ് ഒന്നും കാണുന്നില്ലല്ലോ.
Nodal officers വല്ല പറയാനുണ്ട്? Nodal officers, നദീർ എന്താ പറഞ്ഞത്? നദീർ.
സാർ നമുക്ക് സാർ പമ്പയുടെ നമുക്ക് സെപ്പറേറ്റ് ആയിട്ടൊന്ന് മീറ്റ് ചെയ്യണം. അപ്പൊ അതിന് വേണ്ടിയിട്ട് സാർ മീറ്റിംഗ്
പമ്പയുടെ നമ്മള് സിഎമായിട്ട് മീറ്റിംഗ് വെച്ചിട്ടുണ്ട്. സിഎമിന്റെ ഒരു ഡേറ്റ് വെച്ചിരിക്കണം. പോസിബിളി 28th this will happen. Once we get a date, once we have നമുക്കൊരു
ആദ്യം ഒരു പ്രീ മീറ്റിംഗ്, സാർ ഒരു പ്രീ മീറ്റിംഗ്, സി ആയിട്ട് ഒരു പ്രീ മീറ്റിംഗ് വെച്ചാൽ നന്നായിരിക്കും. തൊട്ട് മുമ്പ്
ആയിക്കോട്ടെ.
Sir.
So we got to get the feedback from that CM's meeting also, you know.
Yeah, okay, sir.
Okay.
Sir, one more thing is, sir, in subcommittee meeting ഇന്ന ഡേറ്റിനുള്ളിൽ തീർക്കണമെന്നൊരു ജനറൽ ഗൈഡ് ലൈൻസ് ഇപ്പൊ തന്നെ നല്ലതായിരിക്കും. അപ്പൊ ഒരു ഡേറ്റ് സാർ ഒന്ന് പ്രപ്പോസ് ചെയ്ത് കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ ആ ഡേറ്റിന് മുമ്പ് സബ് കമ്മിറ്റികളെല്ലാം ഒന്ന് കൂടുവാണെങ്കിൽ നമ്മുടെ വീണ്ടും വരാൻ പോകുന്ന നെക്സ്റ്റ് വർക്ക്ഷോപ്പിന് അത് നന്നായിരിക്കും. സാർ അപ്പൊ അപ്രോക്സിമേറ്റ്ലി ഒരു ഇന്ന ഡേറ്റിന് മുമ്പ് അവരുടെ ലോക്കൽ കൺവീനിയൻസ് അവർ കുറച്ച് ഫ്ലെക്സിബിൾ ആയിക്കോളും. ബട്ട് ഇറ്റ് ഹാസ് ടു ഹാപ്പൻ. സാർ ഒരു ഡേറ്റ് ഒന്ന് പറയുകയാണെങ്കിൽ ബെറ്റർ. എങ്ങനെ?
Next Thursday, not this Thursday. 7th മുമ്പായിട്ട്.
7th മുമ്പായിട്ട്. അപ്പൊ 7th ഈ മീറ്റിംഗിന്റെ ഔട്ട്കം പറയാൻ റെഡി ആയിരിക്കും. So they will have more, almost 10 days time. അതിന്റെ ഇടയ്ക്ക് സെക്കൻഡ് റിവ്യൂ ഒക്കെ വേണമെങ്കിൽ നടത്തുകയും ചെയ്യാം. ഒരു മീറ്റിംഗ് തന്നെ ആയിക്കൊള്ളുന്നില്ല, വാട്ട് എവർ ഇറ്റ് മേ ബി. അപ്പൊ ആ ഒരു പ്രോഗ്രസ് ആയിരിക്കണം ആ തേഴ്സ്ഡേയിലേക്ക് റാൻഡംലി ചൂസൺ. ഒരു 50% നോഡൽ ഓഫീസേഴ്സ് എങ്കിലും അതിൽ പ്രസന്റ് ചെയ്യണം. അതിന്റെ 21 റിവേഴ്സ് ആണല്ലോ. അപ്പൊ ഒരു 10-11 പേര് ഒരെണ്ണത്തിൽ പ്രസന്റ് ചെയ്യുക. അടുത്ത ആഴ്ച 10-11 പേര്. അപ്പൊ അത് ചൂസ് ചെയ്യുന്ന സാറ് അലക്സ് സാറ്. അപ്പൊ അത് മതിയാവും. നല്ലതായിരിക്കും സാർ. അപ്പൊ അടുത്ത ഈ വ്യാഴാഴ്ചത്തെ അജണ്ടയല്ല, നെക്സ്റ്റ് വീക്ക് വരുന്ന വ്യാഴാഴ്ച അജണ്ടയില് ഒരു 10 റിവറിന്റെ കൺസോളിഡേറ്റഡ് വർക്കിന്റെ പ്രോഗ്രസ് എന്തായിരിക്കും, DPR
സ്ട്രെച്ച് ഐഡന്റിഫൈ ചെയ്ത് ഡിമാർക്കേറ്റ് ചെയ്ത് തരാതെ നമുക്ക് ഒരു വിധത്തിലും വർക്ക് പ്രൊസീഡ് ചെയ്യാൻ, മാപ്പിന്റെ പ്രിപ്പറേഷൻ ആയാലും വാട്ടർ ടെസ്റ്റിംഗ് ആയാലും ഒന്നും തന്നെ നമുക്ക് അൺലെസ് വി ഹാവ് ദ ആക്ച്വൽ സ്ട്രെച്ച്.
Ma'am, that was what happened is earlier TKM and St. Kitts were the only two colleges who have selected the Pamba River. So accordingly, we have divided, and we have both the colleges have started visiting the field and started collecting the secondary data. And last week only, I think Providence College was added. And because of that only this delay came. Now we have to divide that into 3 stretches. Earlier we have divided into 2 stretches and we have already started the work. But now 3 colleges, we have to just divide that into 3. That is the only difficulty. That we will have an internal discussion with the nodal officer among 3 colleges alone, and we will decide that.
Okay.
One more thing that regarding Pamba, we have scheduled a meeting on 27th evening, okay ma'am, around 7:30.
Okay, sir.
But we will have a detailed discussion regarding that Pamba, how to proceed and all, okay, the way forward.
Okay, sir.
27th evening.
You will have to add. I'm right now getting all information only through our principal.
Yeah.
So if you can add my number and details also. And now I have filled the feedback form.
Yeah.
So if the data is transferred to me directly, I can.
Yeah, that will do. That will do.
Okay.
Madam, just for your information, the same link is.
Sir.
Sir, go ahead, sir.
One more thing is that നമ്മുടെ ഈ ഫീഡ്ബാക്ക് ആർക്കാണ് കിട്ടുന്നത്? പ്രിയ മാഡത്തിനാണോ അതോ ഈ ടെംപ്ലേറ്റ് ഫീഡ്ബാക്ക്?
Feedback data നമ്മുടെ complete Excel sheet. Sir, today's feedback we will give to Alexa. You can distribute.
Okay. അപ്പോൾ എൻ്റെ മൊബൈൽ.
And also to Dr. Saini Madam and
Yes.
other participants, the same link we are using on every Thursday to have this meeting from 4 to 6. So don't wait for instructions or guidance. So please log in regularly before 4 o'clock on every Thursday. And we have been doing this exercise for the last 9 weeks continuously. And all additional workshop and everything is whatever is coming, we are also announcing. And also just to get an update, Eldos, please post that link for our site. It's already posted. So kindly go through that wrd.bits.in. Kindly click on all the videos, records, and agenda also displayed. Over to you, Alexa.
One more thing is that regarding the template feedback, we will do one thing. നമുക്കത് പിന്നെ പ്രിയ മാഡത്തിന് കൊടുക്കുന്നതായിരിക്കും നല്ലത് സാർ, than giving it to the.
Okay, Priya Madam, just email it on the type either text so that if anybody else wants, so we will circulate to Priya Madam.
ഇത് ഷെയർ ചെയ്യുന്നത് എങ്ങനെയാണ്? ഷെയർ ചെയ്യുന്നത്
Eldos, please note down this. And also CE irrigation, Alexa, please type your email ID so that you will also get a copy of this. Sir, on the type either, sir. Sir, additional questions, wind up PM, sir. Alexa, can you wait here?
Thank you, sir. Respected Chief Engineer Alexa, reputed faculty from the engineering colleges, dear students, and my dear colleagues. First of all, I extend my sincere gratitude to Priya K, Assistant Professor, TKM College of Engineering, for a detailed and productive presentation on the template for the preparation. Thank you, Alexa, for the welcome note and the introductory remarks on today's session. Thank you, Sojanlal sir, for your valuable inputs and for hosting this meeting. Thank you all faculty members from renowned engineering college who have attended the meeting today and have put forward the valuable suggestions. Thank you all nodal officers who are here. Thank you, dear students. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you all and hope to meet you all on Thursday. വ്യാഴാഴ്ച 4 മണിക്ക് എല്ലാവരും കാണാമെന്ന് വിചാരിക്കും.
Okay, sir.
Sir, അതിനു മുമ്പ് ഈ കൂടുതൽ സജഷൻസ് എന്തെങ്കിലും ഉണ്ടെങ്കിൽ നമുക്ക് വെനസ്ഡേ ഒന്ന് മീറ്റ് ചെയ്യായിരുന്നു സർ. കുറച്ച് പേര് മതിയായിരിക്കും. കൂടുതൽ ഈ ടെംപ്ലേറ്റ്
ചെയ്യാലോ, ചെയ്യാൻ കുഴപ്പമില്ല. സമയം പറഞ്ഞോളൂ.
സജഷൻസ് ഉണ്ടെങ്കിൽ നമുക്ക് ടീച്ചറിന് കിട്ടുന്ന ഫീഡ്ബാക്ക് എങ്ങനെയാണെന്നുള്ളത് നോക്കിയിട്ട് എന്തെങ്കിലും സജഷൻസ് കൂടുതലുണ്ടെങ്കിൽ നമുക്ക് അത് ആഡ് ചെയ്തൊരു ചെറിയ പ്രസന്റേഷൻ കൂടെ ആഡ് ചെയ്യാം ബുധനാഴ്ച 4 to 6.
വേണമെങ്കിൽ 4 മണി വെക്കണോ? ടെന്റേറ്റീവ് ആയിട്ട് 4 മണി പ്ലാൻ ചെയ്യണോ?
അതെ 4 മണിന്ന് വെക്കാം സർ. 4 മണിന്ന് വെക്കാം.
അതെ, ഡേ ആഫ്റ്റർ ടുമോറോ അല്ലേ ഉദ്ദേശിക്കുന്നത്?
അതെ, ഡേ ആഫ്റ്റർ ടുമോറോ.
ചെയ്യാം.
അങ്ങനെയാണെങ്കിൽ നമുക്ക് ശരിക്കും അടുത്ത വ്യാഴാഴ്ചത്തെ പ്രസന്റേഷൻ ഇതിനൊരു ഫൈനൽ ടെംപ്ലേറ്റ് ആക്കിയാൽ നമുക്ക് അന്ന് പ്രിയ ടീച്ചർ ഒരു 10 മിനിറ്റ് പ്രസന്റേഷൻ അതിൽ ചെയ്ത് നമുക്ക് ഫൈനലൈസ് ചെയ്യാം.
വളരെ നല്ലതാണ്. അപ്പൊ ഈ ബുധനാഴ്ച ഡേ ആഫ്റ്റർ ടുമോറോ we will meet at 4 o'clock, correct?
Yes sir, yes sir, correct.
That is good, no problem. Eldos and Tingu, please note down this schedule. And also I request all these participants kindly come forward with your suggestions, observations, so that that will be more useful and it becomes a vital document. Prepare ചെയ്യാൻ വേണ്ടി എല്ലാവർക്കും doubts clear ചെയ്യാം. നല്ല കാര്യമാണ്. So set for very good.
Conclude, yes sir. Thanks.
ശരിയാണ്. അപ്പൊ താങ്ക് യു വെരി മച്ച്. അപ്പൊ ബുധനാഴ്ച കാണാം 4 മണിക്ക്. Alexa, close ചെയ്തോ.
Thank you sir.
Thank you. Priya madam, thank you so much. Wonderful. Thank you very much for all of you.